Hello guys, welcome back to another morning inspo. I'm Auji and this is Sacred Libra, where we talk all things Libra. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel and make sure you give this video a big thumbs up if this reading resonates with you. I already have your affirmation of the day and it says, I release all negative thoughts today. I release all negative thoughts today. Okay. The questions are, what is weighing most heavily on my mind today? What is one positive thing I can learn from this situation? I release all negative thoughts today. Okay. So we're releasing the spirit of releasing, spirit letting go, freeing ourselves from bondages, old belief patterns and systems, freeing ourselves from it all. Today I'm going to be using the Priestess of Light Oracle deck for your reading today. Okay, let's get right on into this. Okay, what messages do we have for Libra this morning's inspo? First question is, what is Libra feeling? What is Libra feeling? What is Libra feeling? What is Libra feeling? Brilliant beliefs, and then you have sacred breath and sound. I feel like you're ready to give some type of beliefs, some type of personal power, some type of you're ready to give something momentum. You are in the energy of abundance. You have this fortune, wealth, plenty. You feel like you lack nothing. I feel like Libra, you're on like cloud 9. It's almost like you're understanding your inner power. You're understanding the power of your voice for a lot of you guys. But overall, it's understanding your inner power. Understanding your life, your personal power. Okay. You're having the courage to step into whatever it is that you've been wanting to do. Or if you're already doing it, you're having the power to step more fully into it, more authentically, becoming more and more in love with yourself, discovering more of what this universe has to offer you. I feel like you're going to be connecting with other people also. Some of you guys may be communicating some brilliant ideas or beliefs. Your words may have the tendency to heal others. Your words may have the tendency to align others, to get people in alignment. A lot of people may look up to you for some type of I don't want to say validation, but it's almost like you set some type of standard. Somebody is looking up to you for some type of approval or something. But I do feel like you're about to start sharing your voice, sharing your beliefs. You could be speaking in front of a lot of people. What does Libra need to release? What does Libra need to release? What does Libra need to release? Start setting those boundaries. The boundaries in front of you. And these are deep connections. Like I said, there's some boundaries that surround you, and these may be deep connections. I think I said that in the previous morning inspo. But there may be some type of deep connections, and it seems like that's the obstacle that you're releasing, that you're releasing. It's some type of relationship around you that needs boundaries, just cut and dry. It needs boundaries. and there's a lot of feelings in this relationship. This could be an intimate relationship. This could be a family relationship. This could be a friendship. But something needs boundaries around it. And it can't continue to go on the way that it's going. What's behind this? Power over difficulty. Reclaim your power. You need to take your power back from a situation. Okay? And this is, stop being, Spirit is telling you, release the need to be afraid. Release the need to fear, because you have no idea what's on the other side of you creating a boundary. Some of you guys have no idea what a healthy relationship is. Sorry to say. All of your examples of relationships could have been codependent and toxic. And from how you're feeling with your belief system, with your understanding your belief system, what you believe now is no longer in alliance from what you're doing with another person, with how you're cohabitating, some of you guys, with another person. You can't stay in union with this other person, with this new belief system, with this new way of, with this new intelligence that you have. It's no way you can stay in this union with this other person, with this new mindset after all of this growth. There's something that needs to create a boundary, whether this is a situation coming in, whether Spirit is bringing in a relationship to see if you're going to create boundaries from it. And if you create boundaries around it, then it moves into another alignment. Or if you fail to create boundaries, it stay what it's always been. You get the same thing. For some of you guys, there's a complete stop. For some of you guys, there's a complete stop to this, the enemy in that way. This karmic relationship, this unaligned union. There's a complete stop to that. You put your hands up and you literally say, no, I don't want this. This way, if we're going to continue to be in union, that I need that, and you tell me what you need. And then we need to create a solid medium. There's no more getting all of this confusion and all this energy, but not creating solutions around it. For some of you guys, there's a relationship that keeps on building up and exploding, but there's no solutions around it. And the reason why there's no solutions around it, because there's a lack of boundaries. It's not supposed to get to that tipping point. There's supposed to be boundaries before. You're not supposed to feel drained and depleted in a relationship. You're supposed to create boundaries. You're not supposed to feel like you're giving more. Libra the giver. You're not supposed to feel used and overworked and underappreciated and undervalued. You're supposed to create a boundary there, not putting all of it on your shoulders. But if you had great boundaries, you would not do half the things. You would not say yes to half the things you say yes to. You would not make accommodations for half of the things that you make accommodations for. And for some of you guys, it's for the lack of your knowing. You didn't know this. Well, you got some new information, and now there's a union that has to be changed. Got some new insight, some new growth, some new wisdom. Now you looking at a union like, this ain't right. This doesn't feel right. Now you're tapping into what it is that you feel. What does Libra need to welcome more of into their lives? What does Libra need to welcome more of into their lives? Guide. The illuminated path. Summoning power, instinct, intellect, and control. At the bottom of the deck, you have power over difficulty, reclaiming your power. Get back into the swing of things. For some of you guys, you could have swayed off the bandwagon, could have swayed off track, swayed out of the routine a little bit. It's time for you to get back on that path. The path, once you take a step, this is how the illuminated path works. So it's all about blind faith. So you take a step, you get a little light. But in order to see further down, you have to take another step to see. It's just like driving a car. The headlights can only show you but so much. In order to see what's more down the road, in order to get to your destination, you have to trust that that next spot is going to be illuminated to you. That next, you have to trust that as you keep going, as you keep driving, you're going to light up the way as you keep going. Not you stand right there and then the whole way to your destination is just lit up like a yellow brick road, and it's like, follow me here. Sometimes there's detours, sometimes there's traffic. Okay, sometimes there's no traffic and you get there quicker than you expected. But the thing is that you keep going without necessarily seeing what's beyond that, what not necessarily seeing what's beyond what's illuminated to you. Okay, I hope I explained that. Sometimes it's hard to get it from the crown through the mouth. I'm working on it. But yeah, it's getting back on the path. I do want to read Summoning Power here. I just felt drawn to it. It says, the priest of the night is summoning the power of the full moon and channeling it into the wild wolves beside her. She is calm and in control. The wolves stand at attention with the energy of quiet strength resonating from above. This card is telling you that you have far more power than you realize. There may be something in your life, perhaps a relationship or a recent challenge that you have felt powerless to handle. If so, it's time to focus your own intellect and instinct on the issue at hand, then muster up the courage to take the necessary action. It may also be time to harness the unhealthy personal patterns that you have left unchecked. Indulgences, addictions might seem to have had the upper hand, but your wild impulses can absolutely be tamed. This could definitely be a week where I feel like you're definitely going to be seeing, for some of you guys who struggle with addictions, who have like habits that you want to, stop, like smoking, drinking, maybe others. It may be overeating. It may be eating out. It may be drinking soda, drinking coffee. I feel like there's definitely been some type of trying times with this. Like some of you guys could have fallen completely off the bandwagon with that. Also, I do feel like that there is, like I said, there is some new belief system. You do have some new wisdom coming in. So there is a need to confront a situation. There's a need for you to step into your Queen of Swords energy and confront a situation, to question authority, and I put that in quotation marks because the authority is the way that things have always been. So it's like question the system, because now you're about to go against the system. For some of you guys, there's been a relationship that has just always gone that way. You've always played the giver in a relationship, and somebody has always played taker, or you've always been the one who get ghosted in a situation. Like you've always played that position. Or you're always that person who's the chaser, who's chasing after something that's running away. That's kind of like ghoster type of thing. Or you've played a person who just never speaks, who never allows themselves to be heard. There's something new, whether it is you've been working on yourself and you just cannot. There's how a relationship is. You just cannot settle in that. It's no way you can sit comfortably. I don't even know how to say that. Comfortably. Moving on. You can't sit comfortably in a uncomfortable position anymore. You notice it. That's that growing pains. It's hard for you to do the same thing. That's why most relationships, and you're in a relationship, partners outgrow each other, because we hope that we can be growing on the same level at the same page. But what usually happens is somebody usually grows and another person, they're taking their own pace, but it's not as fast as the other person. Now, if the growing pains, if sitting in that, the relationship changes as a person grows and evolves and their thinking changes. Relationships and things are supposed to change. We're here to evolve. We're not here to stay the same. We're not here to have the same trust issues, have the same roles and we're here to evolve. into things, and being a person in a relationship that always takes the back seat, and that's just the giver and the giver and the giver, and the one that's always chasing this, chasing, that's not a good place to be in. And it's like something clicks, and then you wake up and you realize you deserve better. It's when it clicks, when you finally wake up and realize that you deserve so much better. You have the actual wisdom inside of you. You have been given it. I don't know what you've been watching, who you've been listening to, what you've been reading, what affirmations you've been speaking in yourself, but you have that power to do it. Okay, some of you guys could have been going through anxiety because you're like, oh my God, you got to face this situation. It's been like this a long time. So I definitely could relate to that, when you have to put boundaries around the relationships that's been that way for ages, for as long as you've known it. That's how we met each other. And oh no, she's growing. Oh no, I can't do this anymore. So it's like, I understand that. You feel like, I'm about the rain or the parade. I'm the fun sucker. But really, you're creating boundaries. You're creating a situation where you can be heard and seen, and the other person can be heard and seen. Okay? What is the major blockage? What is the major blockage? What is the major blockage? Sorry if y'all can hear my neighbors. Y'all know they doing now. What's the major blockage? You got circle of eternal joy, and then you have summoning power. Okay. Major blockage for you, Libra, is you feel restricted. You feel blocked. You feel like these people or this person or this idea, well, not belief, because your belief system has changed. It's just how you're in union with somebody. And no matter what that union is, whether that's an intimate union, a friendship, a family, co-worker relationship, it's how you're in union with somebody. It's how you've remained to play a certain part in a union, what role you usually take on. And you could feel like you're being blocked and trapped. You're not free to step into your power. Like, this is where the fear comes in. This why it's decisive focus. Don't focus on your fears of the moment. You may feel like you can't do. Somebody's never going to see you in this image, or somebody's never going to respect you like this, or do like this. That's why you set your boundaries. And if people can't follow your boundaries, then you stop spending as much time. You stop giving that person as much, you stop counting their opinion as much as what's going on in your life. Then you start managing your time with this person a little bit more wisely. If somebody don't respect your boundaries, but the big blockage right here is you think that somebody is not going to respect the boundaries. You think somebody is not going to respect these new beliefs. And it's like, stay out of your negative thoughts. It's what you're deciding to focus on. You can either see this situation as a great thing for you and this person, or a great thing for you, where I'm finally getting to the point where I am standing up for myself. I'm finally getting to the point where I am saying and requesting what it is that I need, and what it is that I expect from people. I'm not afraid to voice my needs from people. But I do feel like a sense of trapping, and I do feel like it's because of your focus, where you're focusing on. If you're focusing on the fears of, what if I say this and this person gets mad at me? Number one, okay, that's the people pleasing, Libra. Get it in check, okay? Get it in check. Everybody don't have to be happy with you or be pleasant, but they need the respect. But Everybody don't have to be happy. It's okay if you ruffle somebody's feathers a little bit by telling your truth or creating a boundary. You may feel like that you are the one. You may feel like you're being problematic, and you're not being problematic. That's why I say I feel like most of the relationships around you probably were codependent, toxic relationships, because you may be doing different from everybody around you, and for a moment you may be looked at as the problematic one because everyone else has taken on these toxic or these codependent types of conditions in a relationship that now you're like, you know what, this is not suiting me anymore. I have to set a boundary when it comes to this. I have to set a boundary when it comes to that. I have to set a boundary when it comes to this. And I have to set a boundary when it comes to that. Because if I don't, it makes me feel bad. You're speaking different. If I don't, then it makes me feel depleted. Then I don't have anything to give anyone. So instead of getting myself depleted and causing a huge nasty argument, I'm gonna say no to this thing head on before it even goes down that road. It's like you can be doing things different. It's like you woke up and you realized your worth. But don't get caught up in the fear. Don't get caught up in just doing something different. Okay? The fear of being the one doing something different. It's the decisive focus. It's what you choose to focus on, really. If you choose to focus on the fear of the matter, you may be crippled in fear and continue to accommodate and accept these behaviors from people. But if you look at the bright side of the situation, look at your growth. Look how you want other people to respect your boundaries because you respect other people's boundaries and you're worth that. It's not just a one-way street. You're just not going to be out here respecting other people's boundaries and then it's free game with you. The other person understands boundaries. That's why they have them and that's why you respect theirs. But it's something when it comes to your boundaries. What is helping? Who or what is helping Libra? Who or what is helping Libra? Who or what is helping Libra? The angels. Angelic assistance. They've been wanting you to get to this point. You deserve all of this. And looking back at what you used to take, and looking back at what you used to do, forgiving yourself for what you knew, because that's all you knew. You probably thought you were being extra loving, extra understanding, extra supportive, extra giving, extra thoughtful. You probably thought you were doing all those things, but now you understand being all of those things, being a giver, a natural light worker, you need to have boundaries. You have the support of your angels here. You got healing earth here as well. The power to give and receive healing. I feel like once you create these boundaries in your life, it's going to be like a domino effect in other people. That's why I feel like it depends on what you focus on. Your focus is the only thing messing this up. When you create boundaries, I feel like it's going to be a domino effect. Yeah, there may be 3 dominoes that fall out of line. To hell with those, okay? Or if you can't, to hell with them, then just spend less time. But most likely, all of your relationships will fall in line, and you'll see more healthier relationships, and they'll be easier. It won't be draining. Every relationship you have shouldn't be draining. You shouldn't feel when you talk about your relationships. You shouldn't feel like you don't have a place to go when things get too dark and you don't have the support. You should be able to pick up the phone just like they can pick up the phone and call you to dump all their emotions. You should be able to pick up the phone and, express yourself as well. But you do have the assistance of the angels here. Also, I feel like looking back, reflecting on where you need to make adjustments at. Reflecting on certain, I feel like multiple relationships are going to change with you. Who or what is hurting Libra? Who or what is hurting Libra? Who or what is hurting Libra? Divine feminine, magnetic receptive power. There's a feminine person here that you definitely need to create boundaries with. Yeah, reclaiming your power. I feel like also your divine feminine energy is hurting. Your divine, like on a inner level, what's going on inside with you. Your divine feminine energy is hurting. She's overworked. She's tired. All this nurturing, all this loving, all this, she need all that too. Divine feminine gives and receives. She's been on a giving. The receptive power. It's you receiving that power. That receptive power is hurting. It's like you need it too. You deserve it too. Divine feminine is like, I deserve it too. Your divine feminine could be mad, like pissed off. Because it's like, I've been giving so much of myself that I'm overworked and I feel undervalued. And this could definitely take a toll on your confidence. Definitely take a toll on the addictions and everything. When you just feel a void inside because you feel empty. You feel like you depleted. That's when you feel depleted. You haven't been given from your overflow. You've been given from your cup. Serving people from your cup. And these people have not been putting anything in, or you have not been requesting anything in. You have not been. So I feel like your divine feminine energy definitely needs you to step back up and reclaim your power. Definitely needs you to create boundaries around this. And this just lets me know that you are a lover. But your divine feminine energy is tired of just giving and giving and giving and giving and giving and feeling drained, almost dead even, and continuing to do the same thing. Your divine feminine energy knows that's not love. That's not what it's supposed to feel like. Also, I used to do this meditation, and it was like, when you're in these relationships where it's showing you the opposite of love, sometimes you get the opposite before you get the real thing. So, because if we didn't have pain, we wouldn't know what it would feel to, have joy, have bliss. We didn't have these moments, so they definitely play off of each other. But now I feel like you got all the lessons that you need to know. Okay, I was about to say divine feminine, so maybe this is hitting more with my divine feminine. Divine feminine energy knows exactly how it feels to give, and I get nothing in return. Divine feminine energy knows how it feels to be passed over and just be singled out, like you don't matter, but still you're working really, really hard. And maybe you may be in a relationship where you're trying to get this masculine's energy, trying to get this masculine's attention. And this masculine energy, just point blank, this may sound harsh to a lot of people, but masculine energy is not going to respect you until you create boundaries. Masculine energy actually understands boundaries. It's masculine. Masculine energy understands respect. Masculine energy understands that. If you're a feminine that's just letting somebody come in and it's just this ghoster energy, like I said, somebody's just getting ghosted, just letting somebody come in their life, walk out of their life, come in, and this person can do, it's no type of boundary. Why? Why do you think a person would stop? They're getting their cake and eating it too. If you've ever been in a phase in your life where you got your cake and ate it too, it feels good. It's not a place where you're like, I should stop eating my cake. No. That's a lie. Nobody's going to say, I should stop just... No. 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 It's not happening. But I feel like some of you guys could be, you have to have a firm stance. Firm stance, create some boundaries, So in your mind, you know what it is you're doing. You know how it is that you're going against your boundaries. You know this relationship is uncomfortable. There's no way you can sit here like this no more. You realize you snapped and you woke up and you remembered your worth. You remember what you were worth. And now it's like, pay me accordingly energy. Okay. All right. And last but not least is, what are the next steps? And this could be like for a job. Pay me accordingly. I'm not going to be doing all this for pennies. Not going to be doing all this for pennies. What are the next steps for Libra? What are the next steps for Libra? Go with the flow. Letting go. Telepathy. Hostilities. So there's definitely going to be some type of conflict for some of you guys, which it usually is. It takes people, especially if somebody played the underdog and now you're getting your voice and your opinion, or somebody played the back burner and now you're coming up to the scene. People are usually going to push against that, because change. Everybody resists the change. People want to have you how they always had you. Okay. Somebody wants to have you how they always have you. Somebody wants you to answer to them exactly how you've always answered to them. They want you to be there like you've always been there. What's the problem? You got boundaries now? You want something? You mean tell me you need something back? Libra like, yes. I need a couple things back. Actually, this whole relationship is not working for me. I want something new. Because some of you guys are going to let something go with the flow. You're not even going to fight no more. Because why? Your divine feminine energy is drained. If this person doesn't see after all these years, it takes something. You have to be a person that's not really in tune with the outside world and yourself. Somebody has to be unaligned with self. For them not to see how a person has been there over the years. And I feel like a person's character is definitely going to get outed, by you, because I feel like somebody's going to refuse to see you to go with any boundary that you have. And it's like, you mean to tell me, after all that I've done, after all the work, all the times I've cried, been depleted, I didn't put you in a great light, like, no, this person's not doing this person's not doing this. I asked for one thing and we're arguing. There's a conflict. You're mad at me. So somebody's character, you're going to see somebody in a different light. Okay. Then you have this telepathy, transmission, perception, communication. I feel like this is, stay in tune with the angels. You do have angelic assistance. You are getting all of these downloads. They are communicating with you, and definitely stay in communication with the angels. You are not doing anything wrong. I feel like once we make these boundaries and we create these boundaries in our lives, we have to continuously be told, you are not doing anything wrong. Okay. Also, watch your tone and how you speak, because like I said, divine feminine is pissed off. So it may come off with an edge. It may come off with something. You know what I'm saying? But watch your tone. Make sure you meditate. Definitely try not to face things like head on, face them from the side. And what I mean from that, if something is happening right then and there, you may want to take some time to actually cool down first and then face it. So I say don't face something from head on, face it from the side. Usually, like if I'm in a defense class, they will say always position your body offset from the side, because you have a advantage when something's coming straight at you. So I look at when something is coming straight in your face, like right then and there, this is a lot. This possibly is a close relationship. This possibly is an intimate love relationship. If in the dynamics of this relationship is about to change, and sadly to say, all relationships are not going to be able to stand the test of time with this new behavior, with this new change. So when it comes at you, take some time. You may need to take some hours. You may need to take a day and come at it and say, could we finish this conversation at this later date? I'm just, you know, I'm getting really, really upset, and I don't think I'm in a place to have a civil, adult-like conversation with you. Real growth. You see that growth right there? You see that? You see that? Okay, Libra. So that's the morning motivation that I have for you guys. Morning inspo that I have for you guys today. I hope this reading resonated with you. If it did, make sure you give this reading a big thumbs up. And make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video.